Have you ever looked up the meaning of the same word multiple times? You try to memorize it, but it just doesn't stick. It's frustrating as hell. I've been there. In this video, I'm going to be sharing with you a 3-step framework that I use to commit new words to long-term memory. Step 1, you might have seen this coming, but write it down. You've got to get the new word out of your brain and into some place that you can refer back to it later. If I'm in class, I'll usually handwrite any new words because there's some evidence that handwriting actually enhances memory. But if I'm out and about and I learn a new word, I'll just jot it into the notes on my phone. Step 2 is to create flashcards. Now, it doesn't matter if you do this on paper or if you do this digitally. I've experimented with a bunch of different apps, and the one that I use now is called RemNote because it makes it really quick and easy to create a lot of flashcards. Actually, I'm gonna show you how it looks on my laptop right now. And in case you're wondering, everything I show you in this video is using the free version of RemNote, and no, this video is not sponsored by RemNote. I just think they've got a great product. So right now we are inside my RemNote. Here you can see a bunch of words that I've already made flashcards for. So what I normally do is, once I've got a couple of words, maybe at the end of the day after class, I'll just open up today's note. It'll automatically have the date there for me. And I'll just, whatever I've written down on my notes or written down on my phone, I'll take those words and I'll just copy them straight in. Flashcards force you to test yourself, actively recalling the information. And this has been shown to be far more effective than just rereading notes or other traditional study methods. So with RemNote, you can just tell it that you want to make a flashcard by using these angle brackets like that, and it'll recognize that you want to create a flashcard. And because I've been doing this for a while now, I've actually started taking my notes even when I'm handwriting using this same kind of angle bracket syntax, which makes it super quick because I just have to copy it straight into RemNote. All right, when you're creating these flashcards, remember you're not trying to rewrite the dictionary. These are for you. So when you can, you're gonna wanna make them personal and relevant to you. For example, if you learn a new kind of food, maybe you want to include in the flashcard the restaurant where you first tried that food. That way you're going to find it much easier to remember these new words. Okay, so now we've got our deck of flashcards inside of RemNote. It's time to practice. And then, so this one's tristeza, which would be desgosto. So when I'm practicing my flashcards, I try not to just read it in my head. If I'm in a private place, I'll read what I know to be the answer out loud. And then once I reveal the answer, you're gonna see that I've got a couple of different options here. You'll see skip, forgot, partly recalled, recalled with effort, and easily recalled. Now, based on which one of these I select is gonna determine how much time goes by before this card shows up again in my practice sessions. Now, this is called spaced repetition, and this is one of the most powerful features inside RemNote. The spaced repetition algorithm makes studying much more efficient because you don't waste time studying the things that you already know so that you can focus on those words that you find challenging or those new words. Now, one more bonus tip, don't limit your practice of new words to your flashcards. When I'm learning new words, I try and make a little bit of an extra effort to actually use those cards in conversation. So this whole method really does rely on you showing up and practicing frequently, which can be tricky. But one thing I really love about RemNote is that it syncs between my phone and my computer, and it saves all my flashcards offline. So I find myself practicing in little bursts throughout the day, which makes it a lot more manageable. Instead of scrolling Instagram when I'm in the back of an Uber, I'll just try and bash out a couple of flashcards. Well, that's my 3-step framework for learning new vocabulary fast. I really hope it helps you on your language learning journey. You also might enjoy my video on how to learn any language in 6 months.